Space is not real.
So the Earth is spinning every day, but it's also going around the sun at the same time. You catch? That's what they tell us. That one spin is one day, and then a full spin around the sun is 1 year. Okay? And so here we are, January 1st, right here. And when it's daytime, we're looking at the sun. The sunlight is coming from here. So the sunlight is lighting up the Earth this way. And then when it's nighttime, you're looking out this way. You're looking out at outer space this way, okay? And so you're seeing the stars that are out here, this direction, because it would be impossible to see the stars over here because you got the sun in the way, right? Okay. All right, now it's springtime, so we're over here. And now that it is springtime, say April 1st, and we're looking at the sun, daytime, we're looking this way, and then at nighttime, we're looking that way. All the stars at this side of the universe. And now let's go a full 6 months. So it's like July 1st, June 1st, July 1st, now we're on the other side of the sun, right? And so daytime, it's lighting up this, and then it goes over to nighttime. Now you're looking at that side of the universe, right over here. A whole new set of stars, right? Because, 6 months. It took 6 months to get to the other side of the sun. So it should be all new stars, right? All new constellations. No, it's not. The same stars, constellations, and planets that you see over here 6 months later are the exact identical stars, constellations, and planets. How is that possible? Because when you're over here, you're looking at this side of space. And you can't look over here because the sun's blocking it. You can't look that way because the sun's blocking it. And so 6 months later, supposedly you're on the other side of the sun now. And now you're looking at that side of space. How are the stars and constellations and planets on this side identical to the stars, constellations, and planets on that side? It makes no sense because it's a lie. I mean, hopefully you stuck with me there. And there's so many things, like so many little things like that where it's complete nonsense. It makes no sense whatsoever because it's all a lie. And why would they lie? Ultimately, it is to hide your divinity. It is to hide that you are a divine child of God, to hide that you have a soul, to hide that you are the center of the universe right now, to hide that there is a God, there is a creator, to hide that the truth of who you are, the truth of where you are.
Space is not real.
All you have to do is touch the tree, and instantaneously the grounding energy goes into all of your cells. 50 trillion cells in your body get the beneficial effect, the negative ions. And it's instantaneous. It doesn't take time. As long as you make contact with your body, physical body, with the ground. But the hand is as good as a foot. We can't do that most of the time because we're insulated by our shoes. All our shoes have rubber to insulate us from getting the good energy. So why don't you use your physical hand and touch a tree? It accomplishes the same thing.
Space is not real.
Clothes we buy are no longer cotton. We buy polyester now. If you did a little research, you would begin to realize that natural fibers are good for the body. When you wear polyesters next to your skin, your body doesn't like that. Well, just because you don't break out in rickets or rashes or whatever from wearing polyester, you don't think about it because you've been doing it all your life. You're going to continue to do it. Try to avoid them. It's not always possible not to wear polyester. I do it too, but I try to make sure that I wear, merino wool is good next to your body. Cotton is good. But even they've already played havoc with cotton because they're picking the cotton plants. What I'm trying to say is try to become more conscious. It's not a big-time job. Just every day you learn a little bit.
Space is not real.
When you do something that doesn't feel right, that you know is not right, you know it's not right. Your consciousness will tell you. So trust what your body is feeding you back and trust what your brain is feeding you back.
Space is not real.
Nicotine is a published cure for Parkinson's disease, MS, Alzheimer's, ulcerative colitis, all arthritises, all of them. Psoriatic, gout, osteo, rheumatoid. Did you know it's also a published cure? I already mentioned it, myocarditis. Did you know that during 2021, while we were all locked down at home during COVID-19, that our government in the United States was paying researchers to investigate 2 of the 36 poisons that were found in all COVID patients, and they injected them into mammals and created within 72 hours glioblastoma tumors.
Right.
And then they were paid by our government to see if they could reverse glioblastoma tumor formation that they created in 3 days or less. And do you know what they dissolved within 72 hours glioblastoma tumors with? Nicotine. So I'm about to teach you something else you may not know.
Sure, I'm open.
So I just mentioned a whole bunch of medical conditions that are improved with nicotine or prevented or cured and published to do so. Did you know that autism traits?
Yeah.
They've already investigated nicotine patches between the shoulder blades of all children and adults, and within 7 days they see improvements in all their symptoms.
Space is not real.
Most people don't think. They repeat. They follow. They obey. The media tells them what's happening. Schools tell them what's true. Governments tell them what's right, and they never question it. They don't control you with force anymore. They control you with perception. And if they can manipulate how you see reality, they own you. The only way to break free is to think for yourself. But most people never will.
Space is not real.
Why are you sitting in your chair today? Does gravity pull you to the floor? No. There is no such thing as gravitational pull. We lied to you.
Space is not real.
That stuff is flat.
Space is not real.
Now, one thing I really want your generation to embrace is that the Earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the Earth. There's no place to go.
Space is not real.